And I need to fill up my Brita.
Go ahead and do that.
Oh, you mean fill up my Brita?
Or whatever you need to do. I don't know.
Oh, I was gonna get me a Dr. Pepper.
Oh my God. Jesus.
I finally turned my fridge back on, so now I just have to do this.
Like a college kid, I swear.
This is my sanctuary, okay? It should have everything.
Just open my mini fridge and grab a DP. Crack a cold one.
I'm Hoin Kioma. Do you know who that is?
No.
Hoin Kioma.
I don't think so.
It's from Steins Gate.
Oh, I never watched Steins Gate.
It's really good. And they're obsessed with Dr. Pepper because it's like the pinnacle of science. He's like a mad scientist. And they say Dr. Pepper is like the pinnacle of science. But yeah, so I did a big pack opening. I did in the last couple of months I've gotten Konosuba Season 2 box. And then I've gotten Dress Up Darling, what's it called? Build Divide. And then Haikyuu just recently released a new card set. So I got some Haikyuu stuff. So I got 2 boxes of the Haikyuu Season 1. Season 2 just came out, like the box series, Season 2 card series. But it's not quite as hype in my opinion. So I just got 2 of the first one. But I pulled the Kageyama, signed by the voice actor.
That's sick.
And I don't know what his message is there, but he wrote a little message.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sick.
Google Translate. See what it says. Is it a quote?
It's handwritten, so
is it a quote?
Gold foil, so it might be a quote.
You could probably pick it up.
Huh?
You could probably pick it up.
So I got. Oh, where's it at? The Hinata.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blocking the mic. This was the promo. It's Oikawa. I think those were both the promo. Yeah, those are both the promo. This one's really cool. And then they have these like character cards with like this gold etching in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a few of these.
Premium. What are those called? Are those like SIRs?
These are the these are the I think it's just SSS. I forget. It's in a different language, but it's like they're just like a secret rare kind of thing.
Mm.
But yeah, just all these like kind of cool books till there.
Yeah, those are sick.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun pack opening. But then I pulled some like that. These are the Dress Up Darling ones. Not quite as good actually. But
are they a different company? Is it a different?
Yeah. It's a different card maker.
Yeah,
Build Divide.
It looks like vastly different.
Yeah. So cute. It was fun. But they weren't quite as hype as I was hoping. But yeah, it was a fun pack opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you had packs to open.
Yeah, I mean that was my choice. Like whenever all this Pokemon stuff started happening, and it became impossible to collect, I was just like, well, screw it. I mean, I'll just start focusing on anime cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was kind of a bummer. It wasn't a bummer because it was cool because I found those, but like I walked into it knowing like this is going to be a shit show. Like I was Elise, Shelby's friend, is really into like she loves Pokemon, but she plays the games, and so she doesn't collect. And so I was hoping they were going to have like a game swap going on there. But it wasn't. It was a TCG swap. So I was like, fuck, this is going to be the worst kind of it. of the fandom right now.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's the same thing. Like that whole back section's all broccoli hair bros doing the same shit over each stall over and over and over. Yeah, it's whatever.
Crypto bros.
But while I was there, if we're sharing, I was able to pick up this, which was I was stoked on this.
What? Oh yeah. Your deck box.
So fucking sick. This is one of the coolest deck. Also, the fact that it's the old man that is the character. I'm like, come on, that's perfect for me. Yeah. And then the inside is the pixelated whatchamacallit.
Oh, that's awesome. That's dude. Would that be the gym or the?
Oh, it's like the Game Shark. Like when you get your if you used a Game Shark and like your actual
when it was coming together. That
it was fucked up. Like your sprite would be fucked up, but then you have your little.
Oh, nice. That's actually sick.
Yeah. And then
does it have the slot? Because I've seen some that have the slot where you can put your a card into the front and it takes over the window or whatever. Is that?
Oh,
they do that or no?
Yes, actually. Yeah, you can. That peels off, or it doesn't peel off, but there's a little slot right there that you can put it in.
Slide a card in.
Yeah.
I don't know how you'd get it out.
But then they have these little dividers that are in it, and it's a master ball and a little potion or a little rare candy.
Yeah, it's pretty hype.
Yeah, dude, I was like, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
So I picked it up. That was not on my bingo cards to spend money on there. And then we went to Kinokuniya, and you know how that always goes. A lot of pretty things there. So I got volume 3 of Initial D.
Nice.
Also, favorite character's car, the 32. So goddamn sick. Fucking number 1, 2, and 3 of Chainsaw Man, because Elise talked me into just go ahead and reading it.
Yeah.
So I got the first 3.
Heck yeah.
Although they're doing a box set, and I'm contemplating on waiting to see the box set, but I was like, nah, fuck it.
I mean, it's gonna be $240 for the box set.
Yeah, exactly. Well, by the time this is over, I'm probably gonna be around. It's gonna probably be more.
You small purchases, girl math. Small purchases, are always better.
Yeah, for sure. And then I got this because I randomly saw this, and I was like, dude,
I still haven't seen it.
What?
Yeah, I still haven't watched it,
brother. Whenever you want to, we can do a group watch. It's
okay. I'll tell you,
we can cry together.
Okay, I'm super down as long as you commit to watching Western Django with me, because I want to watch it. I just saw a clip the other day, and I really want to watch it. That's the Japanese Western.
Yeah, we can do.
I just saw a clip, and I was like, bro, I want Ethan to see this.
Yeah, I'll watch.
Yeah, I'll make a deal with you.
Yeah, Look Back, dude. If you haven't seen Look Back, watch it. It's beautiful. It's so sweet. And then, last but not least, they had this, and I was like, I know exactly what I'm doing with my weekend.
Oh,
Omnibus? Yeah, dude. So I've got my Fooly Cooly vinyls with the Pillows soundtrack. That's gonna be a wrap, dude. I'm gonna listen to the Pillows while reading this. It's gonna be fucking dope.
Did you hear about the Pillows news on a sad note?
The drummer. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was really sad.
Yeah. I feel like there's been a lot of losses this year, this past 12 months with within the manga, anime, and Japanese J-rock community.
Yeah, I wonder too. So they just officially not broke up, but disbanded. For good. And I never got a full detail of what actually was going on, and I wonder if that was part of it. Was his health was failing, and so he couldn't tour, and they didn't want to do it with another drummer. So they that. I imagine that I don't know what he ended up dying of, but if his health, if it was something that was prolonged and wasn't very sudden that happened. I imagine that was part of the decision.
Yeah.
To stop touring. But yeah, my little haul for this past weekend.
Nice.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Born2BNerd Podcast. Joining you, as always, I'm Ethan. Also joined by Lance. And we're happy to be back, dudes. It's been a long time. But you know, life and all that. Typical, usual stuff. Yeah. But we're back. We're got some exciting stuff to talk about because we had a really good, fun weekend.
We did. Very fun.
Like super fun. Like one of the best times I've had in a long time.
Yeah, for sure. I needed something, you know, well, let's just talk about what we did. Okay. If you want to do that. Okay. So
have we mentioned it? Did we mention it at all before?
I don't think we did. Think so. We talked about Western stuff when we were talking. You were talking about your Red Dead stuff and like the fall feeling kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I don't remember. We'd have to go back, but I don't think so. But we did a Westworld Airsoft event thing.
Yeah. Yeah. They call it like a Wild West showdown. Wild West Airsoft showdown.
Yeah. This was something that you've been. How long have you known about that event,
dude? Since like 2022.
Really?
It's been years. Yeah. I was on Dynasty when I first found out about it. That was the summer. I think that was the summer of 2022. It was the last season of Dynasty, and I was like bored as shit because I was just on first unit, just like going through the motions, and I was just like scrolling through YouTube, and I randomly found like this Wild West Airsoft thing, and I clicked on a video because the guy who owns it does a full video series for every year. Mm-hmm. And so I watched like 2 videos, and I was like, oh shit, this is sick. Mm-hmm. This is really cool. And this was like 2 years, I think, into them doing it too. So like it was still really new, and they were figuring things out. But yeah, so I found out about it on YouTube. It's called Swamp Sniper is the guy who that's his YouTube channel. But Ballahack Airsoft is the actual airsoft field that does it.
Yeah, and you finally decided you wanted to join and do it.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to do it, and 2 years in a row I missed it because I would like kind of forget about it, and then it would be like April or May, and I'd be like, oh yeah, let's see when that is, and it would be like it just happened in March. I'm like, fuck, and then I'd forget about it. And then last year I wanted to do it, but it sold out.
Mm.
Yeah, when I went to go look at it, the tickets were sold out. So I was like, holy shit. Yeah. So this year I had it like marked whenever they go on sale. And so like over Christmas break, I bought my ticket.
Yeah. And you introduced me to it. And whenever you described it, it sounded pretty cool. And then I remember you sent me, I'll be honest, you sent me the video, the Swamp Sniper video, and it looked, to me personally, looked so cheesy and corny.
Can I get a yee?
Yeah. I was just like, I don't know, you know, and I was expecting one thing. My brain pictured this like Renaissance Fair level area, and it's an airsoft field, you know, with a little bit of flair to it, and just like the like medieval times level acting, you know, and stuff. I was just like, but 2 things happened. One, you were saying that your friends were being wishy-washy, and I didn't want to be that guy, you know. On top of the fact that I found out that it was only one weekend rather than like I thought I was going to have time to kind of prepare which weekend I could go, which time I could ask off, you know. Wasn't really sure if I was going to be able to make it happen, but you know, you told me that your friends were being like they weren't committing to buying the tickets, and I was like,
oh yeah, like I don't this year, like literally until like
Yeah.
2 weeks or so before the event. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, man, if I bail and he has to go by himself, like that's just not a good friend, you know? And then on top of that, I was talking to my brother and I was like, dude, it's been a year since we went to Japan, and that was the last thing I've done in the last year, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's just been work. And I haven't done anything. I haven't made a single memory in this last year, you know? It's just been grinding. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a ticket. I'm just gonna do it. It'll be, if it's really corny and cheesy, it'll be something that I've never thought about doing, never done anything like it before, and it'll be a fun memory, and it'll be like a cool thing to do. I'll have done something, you know? Mm-hmm. And boy, did we have a surprise of a weekend, because that was incredible.
It was incredible. Like that. And you know what, man? I don't know if it's because like, also like I get like sending you one video and you like watching some of the video and being like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
But like I've watched most series that he comes out with year after year, and it's the same thing. Like it starts off and you're like, yeah, there's these actors that they don't really, their accents are all over the place. Yeah. And, you know, all that. And then you have like some people that you'll see in the videos who are wearing full Western garb and they look dope as shit. And then you see some people who are literally in sneakers and blue jeans. And you're like, this is going to be fucking lame. Yeah. Like, I don't know. But the point that like, that happens when watching the videos, his series, is that like each video gets deeper and deeper and you kind of get more immersed in it, whether the accents are there or not, because what's actually happening is so immersive.
Right.
And it's like, oh shit, like we what do you mean you just robbed the bank? We weren't supposed to rob the bank. So stuff like that happens, and like the guy who owns it says, like when he has like a prep meeting for everybody before you go in, he was like, this isn't like a typical airsoft event. This is a role play event with airsoft guns. Mm-hmm. He was like, the whole point of this is to escape the bullshit that's going on outside in the outside world. That shit doesn't exist inside of here. That this is like, no matter how silly you think this might be, no matter how silly you think you might come off, I promise you, the more that you give into it and the more that you give to the whole experience as a whole, the better time that you are going to have and the better time you're going to let everybody else have, which is going to make you have a better time.
Yeah.
And it was 100% true.
Yeah. And I have to hand it to him. He was incredibly authentic in like what he wanted to achieve with that event, and you know, how much he cared about it and how much he put into it, you know, like he was like, I super respect that. And I super dig it as being who we are, you know, the two of us, like, like he was like, you know, I think it's really dumb that, and me and you have had this conversation too, that adults have to pretend like everything has to go gray when you get older, you know, like that you have to stop
growing
playing
up is
and stop having fun and all that. And it's bullshit. And he, you know, he wanted to create an area where we could literally play pretend,
play cowboys for
we
a
could
whole
play
weekend.
cowboys for a weekend, and no one's gonna judge, no one's gonna like, you know, talk down to you, everyone's gonna be on board, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about. And like, bro, it was so fun. And you like, it was kind of crazy how fast you forget about the real world once you step in there, you know?
It's crazy. I think, you know, when you first walk in,
you get shot, and because you're trying to pick up someone's cash.
because you try to pick up somene's money that's fallen out of their back pocket at point blank range. Then that starts your vendetta for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I think you had to have been the first person to die in the event.
I wasn't because when I got to, I wasn't. Someone said that, and I wasn't, because by the time I already got to the graveyard, there were like 20 something graves already dug, and people were already getting their bandages before me. So I wasn't the first person to get shot. But yeah, it was so, like, when I first described it to you, you were like, man, I'm not going to lie. This is perfect for you. Like, this is beyond niche for you. I don't know if it's like totally for me, but I see that how you're going to have a fun time with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it really was, man. Like, it was so, and like, so we ended up having, 8 people in our posse?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had me and you, and then 3 more people that I rolled up with. You brought.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we met 3 other people there
that ended up joining
randomly
our
on the first day that ended up joining our group for the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody was committed, even Zach and like Luke, who were like apprehensive about wanting to commit to everything. Like, Zach was dude. So I don't know if we ended up telling you that the first day when we went to the event, we were all dressed when we left the hotel. Sorry, not all of us. Me, Luke, Kyle, were all dressed completely.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy hats, bandanas, the pants, everything, minus the guns.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to breakfast at a diner, like a local diner that was there before we went to the event. And when we came down to the lobby, we were waiting forever for Zach to come down. Zach wouldn't come down in the lobby with us because he was embarrassed to walk through the hotel lobby with a bunch of cowboys.
Yeah.
So he shows up with the truck to leave, and he's in like regular clothes. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you serious?" So we go to the diner, and we go to get out, and we go to leave his truck, and he goes, "Hold on, I'm getting a phone call." And we're like, "Okay." So we walk into the diner, just me, Luke, and Kyle, all dressed out and everything. And we're like having fun, like bantering with the waitress. Like, it's just very silly and stuff. And then like 10 minutes later, Zach walks in. He's like, I don't know if I'm with them. I guess I'm with them. And he sits down at the table, and it just gets super silly. But he was so apprehensive because he's never done anything like any type of LARPing or con or anything like that before. So this was like really out of his comfort zone, but you could tell even for him, like as the weekend started going, he just kept getting more and more into it,
mm-hmm.
you know?
I remember him being like, I want to get a fight.
I want to get a gunfight. Like, Zach, you've shot 1 bullet this whole weekend, dude. What are you talking about? You want to get in a gunfight? Yeah. Oh God, it was fun. But yeah, for me, dude, like literally from the opening bell, like I got shot. Word of the wise of anybody that ever goes to this thing: don't reach down for people's money that's falling out of their back pockets because their friend will shoot you point blank. And then your 6 friends who are there with you won't help. They'll leave you hanging. That was really cool. Watching 3 out of the 6 of you just like.
No, you're not giving enough context. We're all kind of like blind on what to expect. We don't know what's going on. We don't know, like, I've never done anything like this before in my life. So I get my gun registered. They have to like test it, make sure it shoots the right FPS. And I get my thing, and they're asking about like, where do we go if we like get our bandages or something. And he's like, oh yeah, you'll go down there. And I was like, okay. We walk through the doors. We're like looking around at the landscape. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, oh yeah.
You're literally just walking into town.
Yeah. We're walking into the first town. We're like, how should we get started? You want to go to the saloon? Let's go to the saloon. Okay. Yeah. That seems like where you get a quest, right? And then this kid jumps his cash. We're like, oh, jump his cash. And either goes, I'm going to grab that. And he like launches down, starts picking up the cash and takes off, and the guy just draws his gun, shoots you in the back, and you're like, oh, I'm dead. Oh, and we're like, is this real? Is this happening? Like, what?
Ethan just got shot, and we're not going to do anything to help him? Our brother, our buddy, our compadre?
We were not in the gear. I was not in character yet. I wasn't under the.
You literally had all the gear. You had all the gear you needed. You had a 6-shooter on your hip. You didn't draw it. Not a one of you drew. You watched me bleed out in the streets. What you did?
Literally seconds. Like 60 seconds from the time we walked through the gate to when you got shot. Like, no time to be like on alert. No time to know, like, okay.
Should always be on alert. Always be on alert in the West.
Just wasn't. Weren't there yet.
Always be on alert when you walk into Cartwright. Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Kyle took that to heart. He's like, I feel bad, man. I feel bad. I should. And then he wouldn't keep his gun in his holster. It's like, Kyle, put your gun away.
I was like, dude, you got to put that thing away. People are going to think you're drawing on them. Oh, Jesus. It was so fun. Yeah. It was so silly. Yeah. I mean, it's wild because we should have paid attention to some of the rules because there are rules that are around. You know, they give you a list of them. But like there were new rules that got introduced this season, like the money system, which was, we found out was like huge for the weekend because usually year to year, what you have in the bank at the end of the weekend rolls over to the next year. This was the first time where they or maybe the second time since they've done it, where they reset the banks completely. So everyone starts in their bank with 0, no matter how much money you had the year before. So everyone's on a level playing field. You start off with the $5 that you're given when you buy your ticket. And this is all in-game currency to anybody who doesn't know. Actually, I still got so much money still. I've got like a little bit squirrel away, but
I have a few dollars.
There's like in-game currency that you get for the weekend. And once you get going, you build up and you can deposit at the bank and everything, but it determines, you know, what you can do and what you can buy, you know, to an extent, or it's supposed to. We ended up playing in a way that, unbeknownst to some of us, I think, some of us knew, some of them just did not know. We were trying to play straight. I think initially our idea was that we were trying to play as straight as possible, to go do missions for people, to just, you know, we're also just taking in everything. It was the end of this first day was such information overload and like sensory overload. I think we were all just like done. Right.
Yeah.
But we're trying to figure things out, you know, and it was kind of quickly apparent to us that it was going to be hard to make money in this game. It wasn't like a direct fetch quest kind of a thing where like you go do this, you bring it back, you got $20.
Right. Yeah. They didn't have a lot of small ways to make cash, you know?
No, which is kind of a critique that I think that we had talked about. I wish that there was a better way for you to make money in the beginning that was legit, that was also a way to get you used to just like using your firearm if you're not used to shooting a gun. Like because you hadn't had time to practice like at all with yours, right?
Right.
Zach and them, they had never fired theirs literally until that first day in the game. So,
and a lot of people, you know, like the thing is you also buy your food with in-game currency.
Yeah, with in-game
like
currency.
Lunch, like your lunch, your snacks, like that's...
Yeah, if you don't bring it and leave it in the car, like you have to buy with in-game currency.
Yeah,
so.
And so a lot of people are like, hey, anything I can do to make some money? I need some food. I need some lunch.
I really want to eat some breakfast right now.
I think we like at buy lunch on day one, like Kyle had no money and we're doing a mission. We're trying to like get a quest and the guy's like willing to pay us like a ton of money. Like a lot of, he's like, how many tacos you think I can get with that? He's like, I'm offering you money. I need some tacos. I'm hungry, man.
Yeah. But yeah, so there were rules, you know, like as far as like bank robberies and stuff goes. Like we found out
you have to get like a bank token or a bank robbery
a
like,
pass
ticket.
Yeah, you have to get like a pass, a ticket from another NPC in a rival town in order to rob the bank from the main town. Same thing goes with the train. You can rob the train, but you have to have a pass from an NPC in order to do that. Otherwise, the whole weekend, everyone's just robbing the bank. Everyone's robbing the train.
Right.
Which brings me to Kyle.
Yeah.
My buddy Kyle went with us, and I kind of knew going into it that he was going to be kind of a wild card. Like, that's just who Kyle is. He's kind of a ridiculous person.
Yeah.
But my first, my first real venture into seeing that was when we're in Cartwright, which is the main town, and we're trying to figure out kind of what we're going to do next. We're like, I think we need to go talk to the sheriff. And then
we talked to the mayor, I think.
Maybe the
mayor was asking if we wanted to help escort him to Jellystone, which is a neighboring town.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, we can. Where the hell is Kyle?
Yeah,
like where the hell? And we finally find him.
He comes around the corner and he's like hitting you in the chest. He's like, we need to go. We gotta go now.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, we gotta talk to the mayor first, dude. We gotta get something before we can leave this town to do. He's like, no, we gotta go now. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? He's like, dude, we just held up the bank. I've got gold bars in my pants. Alex has some in his chat. We got to get out of this town now. And I'm like, oh shit. All right. So we're walking as nonchalantly as we can through the middle of town trying to get the fuck out. And we're like, we can't go down the main road because that's where like it's like Murderer's Alley. Like it's where everyone gets held up and there's all firefights and shit. So there are areas that go around the main sections that are it's in a literal swamp biome. So you're like walking through a swamp. And so we went through these swamp areas and ended up, hiding the money and stuff, which was hilarious because there were people out there for the entire first day. Their whole objective, because you can find gold bars, you can find gold bricks, silver bricks, stuff like that. You can find that hidden around the map, like in the swamps, around whatever. There were people the whole first day, all they did all day was just look in the swamps for gold bricks. Like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that's commitment.
Yeah.
And Kyle just went in there and robbed the fucking bank for it, like halfway through day one. Him and Alex, man.
Yeah.
They were just down to do whatever.
Yeah.
Total kleptos. It was awesome.
Fingers, man. But the thing I told you, like Kyle, you and I, we had this role because we had talked about our characters before and like our missions, and since I'm a little bit more of an introvert, I knew you were going to be super geared towards talking to NPCs and getting quests and having conversations with people. I was like, my role is to be your backup.
Aside from letting me get gunned down on the street, that's the very first of the show.
That's gone. That was gone. That was
we're doing it. Now I'm Shadow.
I was still Lance at that moment. I had no time.
Okay.
But because I did a good job. I did a good job after that. All right. That kid held you up and I scared the mess out of him.
You did. That was good. We can talk about that later. That was great. Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be the shadow. I'm his shadow. Like I'm always trailing behind him, watching out of the sides, and keeping up. And I remember telling you, like, so me and you had this goal to kind of do quests, kind of like have missions, have a journey.
Try to stay on as good a side of the law as we can, stay good with other NPCs.
Yeah.
And make our way through this world.
Right. And Kyle, I told you, reminded me of like the classic cousin in all of these like heist movies or westerns. That's just like the mess. That's just like he wants to fight. He loves confrontation. He has like this ego where he's like he knows that his gang has power, his gang has force, so he wants to use that. And he's always gung ho to fight. And you're like, Kyle, stop.
Stick to the plan.
We can do. And then he gets the gang in trouble, and like then there's a big firefight and stuff. And so I was like, on one hand, like it was a little like you got
frustrating.
This part, yeah, it's a little frustrating. Yeah, this part of you, you're just like, I want to. We got this quest to smuggle these beans in, man. Let's just focus on the quest at hand. We got to stop the treasury. Let's just focus on the quest at hand. And then he's like, I just want to fight somebody. He's like pulling his gun on poster boys and stuff, and postal boys. But I was like, at the same time though, it's so iconic. And I don't think we would have had as much fun without having
this
that
wild
character.
Card of a character.
Yeah, because it made it so real. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Is like you watch these like heist movies or these westerns or stuff where you got like the cousin and it's always causing trouble and it's the one that like leads them into like the big firefight because he got himself caught or something. It's like so iconic, and it made it so much fun.
Yeah.
But it was, he got us into some crazy situations.
And like, it really was wild too, because he would try to be Kyle was hilarious because he would try to be like, he kept calling himself Ben Wade. He's like, I'm the Ben Wade of this outfit. And I'm like, you're not fucking Ben Wade at all. Stop it. But he would be like, trying to act covert, but being the most obvious. Because also Kyle's a big dude. Kyle's like 6'2".
He's tall, yeah.
He's kind of like not super built, but he's wide. Yeah. But he's wearing like all black with like, you know, a red, whatever the hell. He looked like an outlaw. Like you looked at him,
I think
and you're
he was
like,
the most outlaw-looking person of us.
Yes, you're like, that's the guy that's going to rob the train the entire weekend. That guy right there. And so Kyle's also got the worst poker face like I have ever seen in my since we were kids. Like the worst fucking poker face. He can't quit grinning, and he'll be like, he'll kind of like back up a second, and he'll be like, "Vultures, call, call." And just yell. And I'm like, Kyle, if this is not secretive. Like, we're in the middle of town right now, dude. What are you doing?
Like, I gotta do it. He do this thing where he's like, act cool. All right, just act cool. He's like, it's like, Kyle, you're not acting cool, man.
The most shifty of shifty eyes. He has like the worst mustache too. Like the most hilarious, like just absurd mustache.
Yeah.
Not a very secretive person. Yeah. And so like Kyle would start getting into shit, and or like the guys, remember the guys who were like the guards of Jellystone who were like trying to stop the beans. And we're trying to just like play it cool, man. Whenever our buddy's coming through with the beans, we're gonna kind of maybe distract him. If we have to do a shootout, we do a shootout, but we're not trying to be crazy. They stop our guy. He comes through the blockade. We're like, okay, that was way easier. All of a sudden, Kyle goes up to the guards as we're leaving and starts having this really loud conversation. I'm like, what are you doing? We're done with this part of the mission. Oh my God, man. It was so fun. It was so ridiculous in the best way. It's awesome to have like that guy who is willing to just like, who's fucking Kyle we taking? Like, just, you know what I mean? Who's just down to fuck shit up. Him and Alex both, man. Alex was that motherfucker. Like, I'll never forget, dude. I've told this story to like everybody at work since that weekend. Do you remember in the saloon when we took out our vengeance on Q-Tip and his posse?
Yeah. So we need to explain Q-Tip too.
Okay, we're gonna. Okay, all right. So we're jumping ahead and all over the place. But so when I got shot in the aforementioned incident at the beginning of the thing, there were two people. One was this tall fucking kid with a long face.
Yes, very long face.
Very
and all
long
his features
face.
were in the very center of his face. So a lot of extra head.
Yeah, and Lance coined the name Q-Tip early on.
Yes, because he was very pasty, and all of his features, all of the details were the same color. So his lips were the same color as his cheeks and stuff. Like his features are very, very monotone. Yeah. And he was very tall, very thin.
Yeah.
And his face was very round, then he had like a Q-Tip.
So Q-Tip. That's what we dubbed him for the rest of the weekend.
A little mean, but he was
actually a lot of mean. He was. Him and his buddy were doing some shady shit.
I've always been the kind of person that if you're mean, then you get the mean back.
You get what you give. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then his buddy, was with him, who's this like shorter dude in a little golf cap or whatever. But we ended up meeting this kid who everyone called Kid, who was kind of a shit stirrer himself. We found out. But we all go to the saloon on day 2, right? And the saloon this year was a safe zone because in years past, the saloon is just pandemonium when you go in there. People are just popping off. You'll be sitting there having a drink and somebody will come behind you in the window and just pop you, right? So the saloon's a safe zone. No firing inside. So we're in there, get cooling off, having some drinks. And tea, it's just like tea and water and lemonade, no alcohol. But we're in there, and the kid, who is really good, he won the quick draw competition the year before. Like, and he had already killed one of our buddies the day before, like on the first day in drop competition. And it was friendly, but he immediately just popped him. We're sitting there, and I see outside Senor Q-Tip and his buddy and like 3 other dudes that were out there. And I'm like, everything's kind of quiet right now. Like, this would be an all right time to take out Q-Tip, right? But it's also in the middle of town. And it's not good to do that shit in the middle of town because you have a big target. Because it's like kind of real life, I guess. Like, as soon as someone starts shooting, everyone else starts shooting. And so it's kind of that whole thing. But with Q-Tip hanging out over there, I don't know if you knew this, was this kid named Sam, who is part of Swamp Sniper, the guy who does this whole event. It's his crew. And not that you care about, like, they're that good and you don't want to mess with them, but Swamp Sniper is like, everyone knows him. And he has the power to be like, hey, these guys gunned down my boy.
Yeah.
I'll give you $500 if you take these guys out. And he will form a mob like that. And because everyone wants to be on his videos, everyone will also jump in on the mob and gank your ass. Yeah. So that was my only reluctant part of doing this at this time, was like, shit, that kid Sam is with him. Do we do it? Do we not? And then around that time, divine intervention just happens. The kid's dad comes to the window, who we had met before, and he's like, hey, what you guys doing? We're just chilling. Right after that, the kid that Q-Tip was with comes in the window. He walks in the saloon. And I'm like, oh, shit. And he starts talking to the kid. And he's like, yeah, these guys, they held me up yesterday. They took our money. That's what the kid was saying. And I was like, you're telling me you got beef with these guys, kid? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, that's mighty interesting because I got beef with these fellas too. And you were there, right? You were in the saloon?
I was there, yeah.
Not everybody was there.
No.
We were missing some people.
Mm-hmm.
Alex wasn't there. I want to say Adam and Ashton weren't there. So it was you, Zach. Maybe Zach wasn't even there. He might have been peeing or something.
Yeah.
Kyle and Luke. We're talking to the kid, and he's like, hey, if my dad's out there, we can get him involved in this too. If you want to take him out, we can take him out. And I'm like, let's fucking go, kid. Let's fucking go. Yeah. So we all fan out. We go to like different areas, like different exits,
Yeah.
While him and his buddies are out there. And I look, and all of a sudden, no one else is around me but the kid. Kyle and Luke are like way the fuck back at a different exit, not there. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I didn't see you because you went out the other exit.
Right.
I'm like, oh fuck. It's just me and the kid right now against like 4 or however many of the 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. And then I slowly started to see you come into frame, like from the other side of the door. Yep. And then across the street, we've not seen Alex all day.
Right.
Across the street, I see Alex in full trench coat, see what's happening, and just go from across the street. I was like, we're in! Everybody starts shooting. Guns are going off. Q-Tip goes down. I hit him like 3 more times while he's falling, just for the fuck of it. And then Kyle and them come around the corner. But everybody just laid waste to him, man. It was so sick. Yeah. And then I had to go up and talk to the Sam kid because they got gunned down too. And I was like, hey, man, this wasn't personal. You had nothing to do with this. I'm sorry. You just caught in a firefight. Here, I healed him and then healed his buddy that was with him. And I was like, we're not going to loot you or anything. This had nothing to do with you guys. It was just them. And the kid goes, your buddy already looted me, man, because Alex already came over and took his shit. It's like, your buddy just took my only $5 that I had. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, here's $5. No hard feelings, So healed him, healed the other kid. And then we got into like that, like kind of silly argument thing.
Yeah.
I was playing, like I was just in full character mode.
You were, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he was like
Q-Tip
looked scared as shit. He looked scared as shit.
Oh yeah.
Like him and the other kid that he was with, like he looked, I don't know, like distraught, like kind of hurt that had happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all motherfuckers were holding people up in the woods yesterday.
Yeah.
Like,
they had that ego of like, oh, we got numbers, we're
untouchable,
we're in power, we're in charge, But the second they lost, they're like, no, we didn't do anything wrong.
I never did nothing to you.
Yeah.
Well, because that was the other thing is they had held us up in the swamp. They wouldn't let us pass because there was like this whole thing where they had gotten deputized, and there was a whole thing about taxes. Like, and they thought we were taxmen, and we had told them like a million times we were not fucking taxmen. We're just trying to get to the next town. It was this whole thing. That was all after they had shot me at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I just went in full character, man. I was
like, justice has been done.
Justice has been dealt. Like, we're just... He's like, sir, I didn't do anything to you. Why would you? I was like, did you or did you not shoot me in the back when I walked in? Oh man, it was. He was like,
can we just talk? He's like, you're like, the time of talk is done.
Yeah,
justice has been served.
Dude, it was so good. I hope that because there was a bunch of people with like GoPros that weekend. Yeah. I really hope that interaction that somebody caught that, because that shit was fucking funny as hell, man. It was so fun.
I regret not having cameras. Not regret. Regret's a strong word, but like it would have been. Yeah. I feel like I can't prove it because we don't know what kind of experience everyone else had. Mm-hmm. I honestly do believe, and maybe it's just me with our ego of like being entertainers for as long as we have been, and having this like feeling of who we are as entertainers. I honestly believe that our experience there was the most wild and entertaining
of anybody there.
Yeah.
Or I think for sure for most people there. Yeah.
And I wish we would have captured it, because I think it would have been a really fun video to watch for sure.
Yeah.
The things we got into, those experiences that we had.
You want to tell them
moments
about
like that were just perfect.
You want to tell them about the coming into day 2 with the bounty on our heads?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'll use the pretext of day 1. So day 1.
Oh, actually, hold on. Actually, I'll put up a thing on screen showing the actual bounty board of what we walked into when we walked on the Jellystone.
Yeah, I think I used your phone to take a picture, didn't I? Or did I take a picture?
This is my actual...
Oh, yeah.
My actual picture that was posted on the bounty board when we walked into town. Yeah. So give them we fucked over taco.
Yeah, so there's one of the places you can get food from is also part of the event in this role play scenario. It's called Paco's Tacos, and it's run by Paco and his wife. And so day 1, we're trying to figure out what to do. We're asking the NPCs for quests, and so there are 3 towns that you can visit. Some are more developed than others, and one of them was Jellystone. So we go into Jellystone, and we're talking to people, trying to get a quest done. We're kind of huddled up. It was kind of early, so we had no idea what to do, really. We're trying to figure it out. And I guess, I think we had a presence immediately because we're a gang in like almost all black.
We started, literally everybody but me was wearing all black.
Right. And which was kind of fitting because you were kind of I kind of coined you like the leader, because you were the most like interested in talking to NPCs, getting these quests done. And then you had this gang of like what we coined the vultures.
The vultures.
That were kind of rallied around you, waiting for something to happen, But so we're kind of intimidating as a group, But this older fella and his son came up to us and he was like, "Hey, y'all want to join in on a quest we're doing? Y'all can keep all the rewards. We just want to do something fun, Yeah. And basically, Jellystone had this ban on beans.
Jellystone was another town,
right,
apart from Cartwright and Beartown.
Right. And they had this ban on beans, and he had gotten this quest in Cartwright to smuggle beans into Jellystone to Paco's wife. Yeah, Paco's Tacos, right? We're like, yeah, sure, let's do that. So we went on this long quest. We went into back to Cartwright. We had been smuggling a couple cans here and there, but we found this store that the only thing that they had beans was this big burlap sack of beans. And Kyle was like, can we like take out the cans and split them? He's like, no, you have to smuggle the whole bag. I guess that was part of the quest. I was like, okay. Yeah. So we had like put it in Alex's coat, and smuggled it. We had to distract Paco while what was that guy's name?
Adam.
The Adam, was it the guy,
the tall redheaded guy? Yeah. Adam and Ashton. Yeah.
And they like snuck the beans to Paco's wife,
because Paco and his wife are in the same container,
right?
Like literally 10 feet from each other.
Yeah.
So we're like distracting him while he's giving her the beans.
Right. Yeah. Right. And so we had a success. We got, I think, 400 cash for that,
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. All while
Kyle robbed Paco.
No, not yet.
Oh, that was when we turned him in.
Yeah. So
that's right. Yeah.
We did that, and then we're trying to figure out something else. They ended up liking doing that mission with us. So Adam and his son.
So they joined.
They joined our group. We had also joined Alex basically the second we walked in the door. So he was in our group. And so then we do some other missions, and then we come back, and Adam's like, "Hey, I just made a deal with the sheriff. We're gonna
double cross him.
We're gonna double cross him and call out Paco's wife and get them arrested for bean smuggling." So we did that. Got another 400 cash for that. While simultaneously there's this big commotion, and Kyle and Alex are just like sitting there watching. We're watching this kind of like cut scene happen, basically. And
it was like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of
like it was a long time. Like this whole back and forth of the sheriff and the mayor, like arresting Paco's wife and searching his whole shop for these sacks and cans of beans.
Right.
There was a letter that was placed from somebody. It was a whole thing.
Big story update for the campaign, basically.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Kyle looks down, and they're like store, like bank from like all the purchases that people have made all day buying tacos is just sitting there. So
it's right there.
He just takes it in the commotion.
Kyle takes it. And then as soon as he's walking out the door, he just gives it to Alex, and Alex just puts it in his coat. And so Kyle walks away, and everyone's like,
yeah, I
mean, he's got nothing on him. I guess he's all right.
Right. They're sly. So, that, who knows if if Paco saw that or not. Anyways, so then we're hanging around Jellystone trying to figure out what to do, and Paco comes around. He's like, "Hey, y'all looking for something to do? Some way to make some money?" He's like, "What you got?" And he had these like gold nuggets or something. And he's like, "You see those guys over there, all dressed all in orange? I think they're too big for their britches. Why don't you go show them
the Church of the Nugget?"
Yeah, Church of the Nugget. And we accepted the quest, and he gave the nuggets to us as a down payment just because he kept dropping them for some reason, just because he couldn't stop fidgeting.
Literally, he was fidgeting with them, handing over the counter, and dropped one. He's like, "Whoa, well, I guess that could be a down payment." And he starts talking, and his fidgets, and drops another one. He's like, "What? I tell you what, how about you just take all of them as a good measure of good faith?"
Yeah. And so we do that, and then we're like, do we want to fight them? I kind of don't like Paco. Like, I kind of don't
do we want to team up with Paco?
Yeah. Because Paco was kind of, I don't know, something about him. Something
was off.
His attitude and everything is just something. I was like, I don't know. I feel like I don't really have any beef with the Church of Nugget,
Yeah.
And so we just kind of avoided it all day. And so towards the end of the day, we're like, you want to go talk to the Church of Nugget and see what's going on, Because we're also trying to figure out what the nuggets are worth to see if he scammed us, like, did he scam us? Because
no one will buy the nuggets. No one will take any of these little golden nuggets. Yeah. Like, it's not worth anything to anyone.
Yeah, and it's like, is he like betraying us because he knows what we did, and he's like trying to scam us into getting in trouble with the Church of Nugget. So we're like, let's go talk to the Church of Nugget, see what beef they have, And you tell them that Paco is like hiring some mercenaries kind of thing. And they're like, "Oh, really? I appreciate you telling us. We'll find a way to repay you. And the repayment was going right to
immediately
Paco,
to Paco
and telling him. And so we're talking, and we're talking about it and stuff. And we look, and Kyle's like, "Hey," or no, it was Luke, right? Luke is sitting there. He's like, "They're talking about y'all." And we look over, and they're talking, clearly talking about us. We're like, "Oh, let's get out of here." Yeah, let's get out of here. So we leave. And we have this conversation about what to do next. And he's like, I was like, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want any part of it. How about we give his nuggets back to him and just
rid ourselves of the whole thing. I was like, look, if they actually do want to take us out and they want to kill us, we can have a firefight. That's fine. We have the numbers on them because they only had like 5 or 6 people anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fine. But if we can avoid a bloodbath in Jellystone, because we were already working with the mayor in Jellystone.
Right.
I was like, if we can avoid a bloodbath there, let's just pay our way out of it and go our separate ways.
Yeah. And so we went to Paco. We're like, hey, he was like, he immediately like had this look on his face, when we walked up.
Yeah.
And you basically told him like, hey, I don't know what's going on. This is a weird misunderstanding. The information isn't making a lot of sense. We're just giving you your gold back. We don't really want to be a part of this, And he's like, well, I appreciate y'all kind of, because it was kind of weird that y'all took the money. And then, he's like, well, it's not really money. It's not worth it.
Damn.
It's not really money because it's not worth anything as far as we can tell. He's like, well, I told y'all beforehand that I didn't know if it was worth anything or not. I'm like, well, that's fair, I guess. And it's like, well, it's just weird that you are like their biggest supporter, but they're also working with you.
Yeah, because we found out that they were like, when we told the Church of the Nugget, he was like, well, that's weird because Paco was like our biggest benefactor.
Yeah.
And we were like, what? So yeah.
So it was just you told him that, and he was like, all right, well, I'll let y'all know. You guys are kind of making a name for yourselves around here. People are starting to get a little
wary of you.
Yeah. So you might be coming in tomorrow with a really big bounty on your head. And you were like, oh, okay. He's like, I'll talk to them and see if, I can do something. But you might, you
might be wary coming around these parts tomorrow. Yeah.
And so we come in on day 2.
Also, keep in mind, most of the bounties that we've seen posted are like $10 bounties, $20
yes,
bounties.
Exactly.
Like, that's it.
Yeah. So there is a bounty board at the sheriff's office across from the saloon. And there will be like 3 pictures. You can order bounties for just random players. They have all the pictures that we took at the beginning of the event with our mugshot, basically. Yep. And mine, it looks so dorky because I didn't know it was going to be a full body. So I didn't pose. I thought it was going to be chest up,
Always
so I'm just
pose.
like sitting there like.
Always pose.
I should have. I'm just, autistic and don't know how to like have a photogenic.
What do I do with my hands?
Exactly. I mean, I was basically like that. But I'm even too embarrassed to show mine. But anyways, $10 bounties. I think the biggest I saw was a double bounty, which was up to 20.
Yeah.
But we walk in the morning and we're trying to figure out what to do. I'd like gotten kind of separated from you a little bit, and we're walking down the main road, and I look up, and it's the kid and his dad, and they have their guns on you. Yeah, and they had their guns on you, and I was like, and at first I didn't realize what was going on, and I kind of walked a little closer, a little slow, and I hear them talking about the bounty. He's like, yeah, you have a really big bounty on your head. And I was like, oh, here we go. So I draw on the kid. I like kind of come up behind him. I have my gun at him. And he's like talking to you. And he looks over and he
guy's
sees
got
me.
A gun on me.
Yeah, he looks up here and he goes. He's like,
hey, y'all see this? This guy's got a gun on me. Yeah.
And he got scared.
He's like, he goes, why do you have your gun on me? He's like, why do you have your gun on him?
Yeah.
He's my friend.
Like, we're just talking. It's like, you not with your guns out, you're not. And then we're still trying to negotiate. And then Kyle and them kind of walk up,
and Luke, and everybody comes up.
They walk up, and I turn to them and I go, draw. And Kyle goes, we start firing.
That's all I needed to hear. That's the word he was waiting for this whole fucking weekend. Draw.
And so we got into a firefight, and then we didn't loot or anything. We all just it ended up being
super amicable because we were like, look. They basically were like, look, if you let us bring you guys in, if you heal us and let us bring you guys in, you can keep the whole bounty as long as you help us with something later on in the day. And we were like, that sounds like more money.
And so we're like, how much was the bounty for? And it was for
$270.
$270 bounty they put on us.
I was like, damn, they were pissed at us.
We turn. It's so funny because we turn you in, and you're like, "Hey," talking to the sheriff. You're like, "I want to turn a new leaf. What do I need to do to join the sheriff's department?" And so he was like, gave you a honorary badge, like a temporary badge. He's like, "You do this quest for us, you'll get your real badge and stuff." And it's like we're immediately got our $270 bounty ourselves, and got in the good graces of the sheriff, and got more quests to do, So funny.
Yeah. It was rad, man. That whole turn of events was exactly what I was hoping for something like that in this weekend. It was so goddamn fun.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely got the biggest bounty of the weekend.
I don't know. I didn't see anybody with the bigger bounty. But it was for me and for Adam.
Adam's bounty was $20 though.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because whenever they turned him in, they're like, how much? He's like $20 for him, $250 for him.
Yeah. Oh man, it was fun though. Yeah. God, it was so fucking fun.
I know. I think the one thing that stood out to me that didn't quite go the way I wanted it to was the chaos of it, where I kept wanting the cinematic Western story, or the Western scene. I kept wanting this moment that felt like it could be in a movie or a show or something, And the one thing that kind of it bugged me, but I know that that's part of the event. It's part of the airsoft event. That's just how it goes. It's supposed to be that is, if you have a standoff with somebody and some civilians, or not civilians, but some other players are around, they're going to start firing too.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Point. That's what I was talking about earlier. As soon as anyone starts shooting with everybody starts shooting.
Yeah. Yeah. And so if your goal is to beat one gang, you're probably going to lose, because the second you're trained on them, someone else is shooting at you from somewhere else that's not even part of it. And so that's the one thing that I wish you could avoid. I wish there was you can't do that. That's it's kind of like the whole stick of it.
Yeah, it's a total free for all at the end of the day. It's total. It's not team deathmatch or anything. It's literally just a total free for all.
Right, and I can't be like the classic child where it's like, oh no, you can't do that because I did that. It's it's just part of the game. It's how it goes, However, it did make it kind of frustrating when we're I remember at the end of day one, and maybe I'm just bitter because of how bad it hurt. But
and you got shot,
dude.
The freaking dimple.
Dude, so we have this as at the end of day one, and we had gotten only into a couple gunfights, not really anything. We're like, let's get into one more gunfight, So we're like, how about this group? There's just a gang. They're all posted up around the burnt building, hanging out.
That's with the knife, right?
Huh?
The knife,
yeah. And so. Yeah, we draw, start firing. I'm like, I pull out, start backing you up, and all of a sudden, some random from over there is just oh, they're firing, let's fire. And I got shot right in the temple. I mean, right here, dude.
You were so pissed.
It hurt so bad, and it was so uncalled for. it didn't help the story at all. It wasn't them shooting me and hitting me, because if they shot me and hit me, like, that hurt, but you got me, you know?
Yeah.
It was just a random person be like, and it was a rifle. He shot me with a rifle.
Yeah.
You know? He was just like, easy shot, pop, you know? And I got shot in the temple. Whew,
we both took headshots. Whoever that was a really good shot, because right before you went down, I went down with a shot to the jaw, and I've never been shot in the face before with one of those. Yeah. I was like, God damn, like that fucking hurt.
Yeah.
And then you went down. I'm like, Lance, help me, and you're like, I'm dead. Yeah. You're like, I've been shot. Yeah. You got popped in the temple, which yours looked bad too. Like it looked like a pretty big bee sting.
Yeah, it felt worse. I've been stung by a bee and I've been stung by a wasp, and that feels like, dude, wasps are so much worse than a bee sting, and that's what that felt like. It felt like a wasp sting, man. It hurt so bad. Yeah. The funny thing is that even as we're like shooting and being shot at, I still didn't register that as being shot because of the way it felt. It felt like I got hit by like a wasp while in the middle of all that. I was like, Anyways, I just say that to say, like, it's chaos.
It's total chaos.
You don't get the scenes that you want. You have to kind of play. I think that's one thing that we'll try to do next year is play with the knowledge that there's going to be chaos and try to make out the best way we can with that knowledge.
Yeah. It's also like, it's your own story, right? So however you want to play it, that's how it's going to play out. But you have to understand that it's not a linear story like a movie. Like with whatever you're trying to accomplish, there are all these other inputs and all these other forces with their own agenda that are trying to do their own thing.
Right.
You know, so you can try your best, but you're going to have to pivot at certain points, and you're not going to get the exact outcome that you wanted.
Yeah. When we did the final big mission that we were given, we were talking to the sheriff of Jellystone. We had completed a couple of missions for him, so he was like starting to dig us. You know, you got your official sheriff's badge or whatever, or deputy badge, and he was like, "Okay, yeah, nice." He said, we had the main campaign was the Treasury. The government has sent the treasurer to tax Jellystone and Cartwright and everything. And it's the Wild West. They don't want taxes. They don't want the government to be stepping into their town, you know? And so they were resisting. And so he said the Treasury is making a deposit to the bank of Cartwright at 12:30, correct? And
whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah, and 12:30, and we don't want that that package or whatever to make it to Cartwright. You can do whatever you want to stop it. Anything that you get during that is yours. We don't want
as long as
the
it
chest
doesn't
or
get
whatever.
to Cartwright.
Yeah. And so that was our mission. We were trying to gather forces, you know. I was like, it's probably going to be guarded. It sounds like it's probably a big story event, so it's probably going to be, you know, a big kind of, you know, attention point. So we scoped it out. The Treasury was right next to where they were holding the wedding. And I was like, bro, that's what they're doing. They're going to use the wedding as a distraction to move whatever they're moving.
And also, because the wedding was taking place right there, and that was going to be a huge part of the story, a lot of the players were over there as well.
Yes.
Like way more people than we thought were going to be there. Yeah. Were there. Like a lot.
Right. And it was most of the deputies. So the deputies had ended up being kind of a gang in and of themselves. They had been robbing people, holding people up. And the Treasury had basically hired all of them to help. And it was like 2 to 3 dozen of them.
Yeah.
And we walk up, you know, we're trying to act inconspicuous. We're like watching the wedding, you know, trying to listen to what they got going on. Meanwhile, the entire deputies department and all these hired guns just circle the entire area, and they're all looking at us. They're all looking at us. They know what we're doing. And I was like, hey, this isn't going the way we want it to go
right now. Yeah.
And we're not organized at all, because Kyle's like, hey, there's money I'm buried in. There's money I'm buried in. It's like, no, we're trying to rob the Treasury right now. And so it was getting a little messy. And so we go sit down closer. We're trying to like stay out of it, stay out of the circle. And I look over, and there's a girl with a rifle. She's in a damn nest.
Sniper perch. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in a nest, and she's like pointing it right at us. And I'm like, Ethan, there's a sniper on us. And you're like, what? I'm like, look straight ahead by the container. You look up, and I think did you say that she gave the thumbs up when she saw you, when you made eye contact?
Yeah.
She like gave the thumbs up to people, and we're like, oh shit, dude, they're about to take us out.
Yeah.
So we had to abandon it. You know, we were like, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. We found out that they were like, I had heard that they were going to try to smuggle the container onto the train. And so we're trying to wait for the train. I could see that the train was parked up ahead, so it hadn't moved yet. So they were waiting for the wedding to finish. They were going to move the train up, load the train, and take it to Cartwright. So we were going to try to hold up the train, which we didn't know you had to have a thing to hold up the train.
To do. Yeah.
And so it's just messy. The train didn't even stop for them. And then the deputies themselves were trying to chase the train down. It's like, well, he didn't stop. So it was messed up for them too, you know. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, because we had ended up running into somebody in the next town, right? That guy that stopped you was like, oh yeah, that was all a false flag operation. Like that was completely faked. They hired us to smuggle it out like before without anyone seeing us. We had already taken care of it. We're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, all right. It's just that's just how chaotic it is. It's like everyone's got their own main quest, everyone's got their mission, and the second people start to get a little feel that something might happen, guns are being trained. Like everyone's ready to fight. Yeah. So there's no real like it was chaotic.
I remember I think it was the second day. There was that big fight that happened in Cartwright where a bunch of the people from Beartown marched over from Beartown and were fighting people at Cartwright.
Yeah. The militia.
And I remember like it starts off with, it's just like, well, whoever is on the other side of the road, they're coming from Beartown, they're probably going to be the enemy. But then people from Cartwright start lining up on the other side of the road, still shooting in that direction. And you're like, oh no, don't do this, dude. And then people start winging around, you know, to flank. And then so you're shooting over here. And then like, dude, I come back on our side of the road and I'm like, I'm getting shot at and shit. I come back and I'm sitting over here behind the things with my Schofields. And all of a sudden, a dude on our side of the road looks at me and goes, oh yeah, boom. And just like takes my ass out. I was like, what the fuck? He was like, that was for the firefight earlier that you shot me. And I was like, brother, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like we're fighting a militia right now. What the fuck are you doing? But I mean, it was all good. It's just part of it, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
you have to be ready.
You never knew he was going to take you out. Like we were literally fighting the same people, and he still took me out. Mm-hmm. So it's just part of it.
Yeah, for sure. But that was just
so
my only thing was like I would want. You know, I'm a storyteller. Like I want the story, you know, and then stuff like that. You're like, I had the story. The story was right there.
I was the main character. Yeah. But I mean, overall, like it was so much fun.
Yeah, I remember texting you the day after, whenever I got home, because I had to go to work. Like I took off work to go, and then when I got back, I had one day to prepare before going back to work, to like rest and stuff. And I remember that Monday, I woke up and I was like, I wish I was waking up to go back to the event. Yeah, you know, like I
wish
just
I
wanted
had my
to be
guns
back
on
in
me
it
right now.
Yeah. And I texted you. I was like, I miss my gun. I miss my hat. I want my gear back on. I remember I walked into it's so nerdy, dude. It's so nerdy. But I walked because my gear is still sitting in my box in the living room, and I just grabbed my gun and I was just like just fidgeting with it, like I fired it a couple times. Oh yes, it feels so natural.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Put my hat on. I miss it, man. It was weird how just 2 days how attached we got to it.
I told you, we were like, dude, the day that we drove back, the night that we drove back, we're like, we're like, it was like 8:00 at night. We stopped to get food somewhere, like some a little Mexican restaurant or taqueria or something. And like, we're walking across the parking lot and we're all walking like this. We're all walking like we have gun belts on. And then I noticed all of us are doing the same thing. We're all going,
yeah.
just like looking at like someone's going to come out and take us out. And I'm like, oh God, we look fucking ridiculous right now.
You look like you're about to rob this.
Yeah, we look like we're about to rob the goddamn place. Yeah. Oh, it was so ridiculous. We're all talking like this right here too. Like we're all just doing that shit for like a day and a half later.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, that was after 2 days.
Mm-hmm. I remember on the way home, I stopped at a gas station to get some drinks and some Pedialyte, or like an energy drink, not an energy drink, electrolyte drink, because I was like super dehydrated from the trip, from the event. Because we left the event and I hit the road.
Yeah, and hit the road. Yeah, we did the same thing.
And I realized that I was mean mugging everybody. I'm like,
oh, we passed you on the highway, by the way. I flashed you. I don't know if you saw that. You didn't look like you saw it. Yeah, we passed you in Zach's truck, and I'm like, literally flashing you. You were just like,
you didn't honk or anything.
I wasn't driving.
That's funny.
Super fun though. Like one of the best times I've had in a long time. Like
for sure.
Like especially on like just a random getaway like trip like that. Like just not to say that everything has to be a boys trip or anything, but like it really was just one for the boys.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for the soul,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's what he was saying, the guy that did it, the Swamp Sniper dude. He was like, I created this as an experiment to see, like, given that there are no rules, like, how would people act in this society? Like, how would you act? How would you enact your story? And like, I wanted to see how that would unfold. And I think it's a pretty good experiment. Like it's really rad. And also, go ahead.
I was just going to say, also, the thing that I noticed is that everyone, for the most part, I don't think I saw, but a couple guys, maybe the guy that shot you that one time, and Q-Tip a little bit, almost like basically everyone was such a good sport about everything.
Oh, yeah.
And like everyone, like, you create rivalries, you create enemies, and then when it's over, you're like, hey, that was a good shot. And you're like,
that was a fun shot. Yeah. I'll see you on the trail. Yeah. But yeah, and the other thing too is like, and I don't know if there's anybody listening to this that already does airsoft, so I might be way off base, but like the thing that really attracted me to this, aside from the fact that you get to dress up as cosplay and cowboys, like that's just fucking sick. But it's the fact that the guns that you have to use they slow everything down. Mm-hmm. Like there's no 1,000-round mags that shoot at 700, 800 FPS. There's no night vision. There's no grenades. That one kid did have a blunderbuss, which was fucking insane.
Mm-hmm. That was the only time in the event that I got genuinely mad.
Mad? Yeah. I was like, that should not fucking be here. If you have to be within 25 feet to shoot someone, that's fucking crazy. Everything just slows down because you've got like, we've got 6 rounds in ours. If you have a repeater, I think you have like 8 maybe. If you have a shotgun, like the double barrel shotguns, you can use those. So you've got 2 and they shoot like what are they, like 5? That one guy said that he had like, it shoots like 20 something BBs at once. Right. But it's still like 2 shots. You have 2 shots. Mm-hmm. It just, everything slowed way down. That seems very different than regular milsim, which is what I was hoping for, which everything was just kind of slowed down.
Yeah, it was chill.
That's what another thing we were saying. We were like, he asked like, how many of you guys go to other airsoft events? And there were a lot of people that didn't raise their hand. They're like, how many people, if this is the only airsoft event you go to? And a bunch of people raised their hands.
I would say it was almost like, half, maybe.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Like there's a lot of nerds out there that just want to dress up like cowboys, just like me, dude.
Yeah. Speaking of dressing like cowboys, the funniest thing to me is how whenever we were talking about what we needed, and I'm looking up, I'm like, bro, I can't. I'm just gonna go to a thrift store and try to find stuff, and maybe I might like rent a gun from the thing because I can't. I'm gonna end up dropping like $500 on this just for like a 2-day event. And I ended up dropping like $500. Just like I couldn't stop. Once I think I bought the
Once you got your shirt.
Well, I think I bought the pants
or
first.
Suspenders. Was it the suspenders that got you?
No. It was the shirt that changed my perspective on it. But it was, I think the first thing I bought were the pants. And they came in the mail and they didn't fit. They were like way too long, and they were like kind of like in the moment they felt really baggy and bulky, you know. I was like, man, I'm gonna look stupid. I'm gonna have to get these tailored, which is gonna cost more money. But you know, the pants ended up being like $60 maybe. Maybe a little less, maybe like 45, maybe. I can't remember. Everything had shipping too. But and then I found that shirt, with the like classic like
the bib
on it. Yeah. And that was such a good find. And it looked so good. It was so unique. I couldn't find a single other shirt that looked like that, you know?
Yeah.
And then
dude, literally everyone that I've showed the photos to, they're like, you guys look like you're in a Western. Like you look like you're on set in a Western.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that was my goal.
Dude, that's the biggest thing you can say to me right now.
That's why I want to do some more photo shoot with you. Cause you know, I didn't get a photo of me where my face was showing. And I kind of like, I feel like it kind of bums me out. I'm like, man, I wish I could have gotten more photos.
Like from the event?
Yeah. Like when I was dressed up and stuff. Yeah. I don't have any photos of like the pictures that you took. I'm like looking down. I was trying to like be mysterious and stuff. I didn't realize like I would want a photo of my face. I was like, damn, you can't see my face. It's like, I just look like I'm doing like, I don't know, like, anyways. But yeah, I got the gun belt and I put that on, and the hat looked stupid at first, you know, and I bought a steamer and I got I got a hat stretcher and all these things, and I started molding it, and that changed a lot too.
Oh, dude, all the other guys were super jealous of your hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I molded
all weekend. They were talking about your hat.
I can show it off. It's actually kind of beat up now from the weekend. It's lost a lot of its shape and stuff, and it's kind of like the brim is all like, I don't know if you can see, but it's all wobbly and wrinkly.
Yeah.
From like just being tossed around and like running around, and
the heat, humidity,
and the sweat and everything. So I'll have to reshape it. The crown itself has been like pushed in and it's starting to flare out and stuff just from just all the movement, all the activity. But yeah, it was like a normal cowboy hat that I ironed out and reshaped. And it was literally the first time I've ever done it.
Yeah.
And like this was second try, so I did it once without all the tools, and I realized I was going to need tools. So I bought some stuff and molded it again. And dude, I'm so proud of it. So proud of it. I think I want to like get a mount and hang it on the wall or something, you know, as like my memento. I'm trying
to figure out what to do with mine. Now that I've worn it as much as I have, I don't want to put it back in the box.
Right. So yeah, I gotta. But anyways, what I was saying was I dropped a good bit of money, and my goal was to look as cinematic as possible. You know,
right.
Like I wanted to be like a costume designer, thinking about the character, what he would wear, and how he would look, how he would style, things like that. And I think you did the same. And I think our results speak for themselves, you know, and we can show off the pictures if you want. They're on our Instagram or whatever. But I'm so proud. I took your photo. And I think I did a fantastic job. I captured a really good moment. Like I'm a beast.
The cigar helps.
But you also pose. You're like holding your gun. That's kind of sick.
Yeah, this mustache helps.
You know, the way you're holding your gun and stuff. It just came out really good. But yeah, man, we look cinematic and unique. And I still want to do some adjustments and some changes and some upgrades. You know, you know that brown set of the set of tan suspenders that I showed you, the leather ones. I still like keep checking those out. I'm like, should I get those? Should I just drop it for next year? But I don't know. It was fun. The costuming was, for me, super fun. Like it was, and everything came together at the end, and I ended up being really proud of everything that I got, of the
I mean, even the things that like you were like you're like, I don't know about this, like I got it, but I'm just gonna use it. Like I don't know that I'm like happy with it. Like it looked great.
Yeah.
Like day of, you're like, oh, this looks fucking fantastic out here.
The pants that I was super worried about, everything that I had an issue with just disappeared. I was like, oh yeah, they're fine. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's cool. Yeah. And I think, you had some issues with your vest. I think it came out fine. I don't know if it like realistically gave any physical issues as far as like
no, it didn't. I just for like aesthetics, like next year, I definitely want if I use that vest again, I'm gonna get it taken in and get it shortened. Because I ended up there was no way that I could wear it with the vest meeting my belt line. To do that, like to try to wear it over it, it would bunch up and like lazily hang over the belt, which ruined the whole silhouette. So what I ended up having to do was just tuck it under the belt, and it worked fine. It worked really good that way. But still, I knew that it was there, and it just like didn't feel great bunched up. Yeah. But overall, it looked okay. I think I want to try for a different shirt next time too. Maybe less modern. Like my shirt looked good, but it only looked good because I had the vest on. If it didn't have the vest on, you'd have seen the pockets and everything on it, and it would have looked really modern, like too modern for me.
You want to go for the same color scheme?
With the white shirt, probably
the white, the cream, the brown.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna darken the pants before next time. More than likely, they were. I mean, I was happy with how they looked, but I would have preferred them to be a little darker
for sure.
But
they look darker in the photo.
Yeah. But that and there was something else that I was going to try to get. I was thinking if I don't do the vest, I may do, or even if I do still do the vest, I may try to experiment with the jacket, like a light jacket. Cause I don't know how the hell they were wearing like the peacoats and stuff all weekend. I have no idea how they were doing that. Yeah. But like a light jacket.
I guess maybe like take it. Cut. Yeah, I guess just take it, and maybe we'll get lucky with some slightly cooler weather next year. We just happen to have, like, it was cool before and it was cool after, but for some reason, those 2 days it was hot. It got up to the 80s. And
I mean, I was fine the first day, but the second day was like 87 degrees or something, and just full sun.
But you wouldn't have been able to wear a jacket the first day. No, it was still too warm for a jacket.
Remember, we were talking or I was talking to somebody. Oh, one of the guy towards the end, he came up and told me that I looked like some character from 1923, but I hadn't seen that. He was like, did you model your thing after him? I was like, I have no idea who that is, player. But he was saying he had a dope, like almost suede green jacket the first day that he said it looked kind of like Django's jacket.
Yeah.
He said he was really pumped to wear it out there. He had it on for about an hour, and he was like, there's no fucking way I'm doing this all day, and immediately took it to his car because it was too hot. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I might look for something like that, like a jacket or something to have to like add to the costume if we want to do photo shoots or a scene or a short or something in like winter weather or fall weather. But as far as the event goes, I'm going to probably try to keep everything pretty light. My shirt was really thin, really breathable.
You think you'd add a different gun or another gun? I'll personally tell you this. Here's what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Having two guns the whole time, having twin Schofields.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't have two guns, I would have felt a little naked. I think that having two guns, 100%. Just literally on the firefight, like on every firefight that we got into, I immediately knew that I had 12 rounds, like immediately ready to go, and that felt so much better. With me feeling like I was okay with letting ammo go.
I see.
Yeah. And having a secondary in general just felt so much better than just having one.
I do wish I had a Derringer. Because my
I know you were on the lookout.
Yeah, my suspenders have a holster on them for a Derringer. And I wasn't able to get one because they're like $55. I was like, I was already $500 in. Yeah,
little guy.
Yeah, I was already $500. I was like, I can't, dude. I can't buy another gun. I can't. And so yes, I love my holster and my gun. I don't want to change anything. The only thing I could maybe change was I've thought about adding a little bit of black dye to give that like dark chocolate color. But at the same time, I really love the natural patina and like color on the holster itself that like it matches the boots that I got. And I kind of like blending the black cloth with some brown leather. I think that works really well. And it ended up kind of like becoming its own theme in my character, you know? So I might not change that. I think my character needs a knife, like from like Hostiles or something, you know, like that kind of knife. I don't know where it would mount or where I would put it, but I feel like that would be an attachment just cosmetically, you know, have a knife.
Yeah.
But, and then I still want a rifle. I just don't think I'm going to carry a rifle.
Rifle.
Yeah. With my bag and everything.
I never heard anybody bitch about it. Like anybody that had a rifle that was carrying it, even what's his name, Ashton, Adam's son. Yeah, that's all he had. I never heard him complain about carrying it around. He also never shot it one time,
right? But he didn't fire it once, and he also just held it the whole time.
Yeah,
he like walked around like this the whole time. Yeah. So I had suspenders which were pulling down on my shoulders, and I had my bag which was pulling down on one shoulder. So my shoulders were killing me every day. If I have like a gun on a sling too, bro. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to make some changes to the suspenders. I told you they were like riding. It was like too high up, so it was hurting my shoulders. And then the bag, the strap was only like an inch thick, so I need to do something to that. But
yeah, I know you want the leather ones. Like I was telling you while we were there, I was like, I never had any shoulder issues at all, just because of those cloth ones that I had.
Yeah, it's just not
perfect.
It's just not period accurate.
They had cloth suspenders.
Your cloth is like stretched though, right?
Yeah, but you can't tell that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I have cloth suspenders. The ones my pants came with a set of suspenders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I wanted tooled leather. I wanted the leather. And I think the only problem was that the part in the back that attaches to the back, it was all stretched out because it was a stretchy part. But whoever had owned it before had like stretched all the elastic out. So it wasn't pulling the like mount that splits off. It wasn't pulling that down. So I had to tighten everything up so that it was like riding the back of my whatever you call this, neck bone in the very back, the top of your spine. It was like resting there, which it should be a lot lower. So it's just putting pressure on the wrong part, you know. That's all it is. So it'll take some adjustment, but at the same time, like I realized when I was working that leather that it was a little harder than it should be. It's like a harder tan leather. So it was cracking a lot and stuff. So I don't know. By next year, I might have a different set altogether.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, like I would love to walk in one year in like a full Charlie Prince get up. That would be fucking sick. However, that would be very expensive.
Yeah.
To get done correctly.
Yeah. I also like you being your own original character though.
Yeah. And again, I like being my own dude. And also like unless they end up doing like a fall one or a winter one, there's no way you could wear that coat out there. Not a chance in hell. So yeah, I'm excited to build on it and to figure out like what I would change next year. But overall, I had such a good time, man.
Same.
Like I felt so by the end of the first day. No, it was. I take that back. Before even then, because I was like, Shelby was giving me a lot of shit, making fun of me because I would be walking around the house just like cooking and doing random shit around the house with my full gun belt on, both Schofields in, just doing shit like that, like picking up the dogs and playing with the dogs. Yeah. So I had already become really attached to mine by the time we like first walked in. Like the walk of like having my hands here and just perched, that already was like very natural. It felt so good. Yeah. And like I don't see myself changing that.
Honestly, I said the same thing to Zach, my brother. My gun, the Schofields, they have the latch,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and the latch has this like little like groove inside. It's like a smooth groove.
Where you
And
put your thumb.
I put my middle finger on it whenever we were just walking around. I'll just rest it there, and I'll just sit my hand on it like that.
Oh.
And it like gripped it, like just kind of like as a rest, but it like fit so like naturally that I ended up just having it like there almost the entire weekend.
Yeah.
And that's why everyone's like, you got your hand on your gun. I'm like, this just feels right, man. This just feels right. And I like, whenever we got back home, I was like, my hand wants to be like, I just want it. I want my gun there so I can sit my gun, rest my hand on my gun. So I get it.
Yeah. Overall though, I mean, I'd say like a solid 4 point, like on a 5-point scale, like a solid 4.3, 4.4 experience.
Yeah, like, I will say we made it as good as it was. Right?
Oh yeah. But again, that's like all on the point. Like that's all in the whole thing. Like what you give is what you're going to get out of it.
Right. And I think having a larger group, we were all just having a good time together. I think
there's
that
a beaver.
A lot. Oh my God.
There's a beaver outside.
I don't want to alarm anyone.
There's a beaver. I looked at that. I said, beaver. I said, go home, beaver. Beaver, go home. Shit was great.
Yeah, so we made the event as fun as it was.
Yeah.
And kudos to Swamp City.
Sniper. Yeah.
Swamp Sniper.
Swamp Sniper. Ballahack Airsoft.
Yeah. For putting on the event. It also had its own charms and qualities as well. So yeah, I would say like for me, I mean, experience wise, 4.5 probably. I think the only thing that really bugged me was the food, just because I like food and I would get really hungry. And then I'm the kind of guy, I've always been this way, but if I get bad food when I'm hungry, it puts me in a bad mood where you just take that bite and you're like, now I'm in a bad mood, but that was the only thing. I think, hopefully in a year, and I think I still would love to try to talk to them about next year. Be like, we got super invested. What you need? What can we do?
Yeah.
let's do something. Let's make it, but
make it better. Make it even better. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think that the people that put that event on really enjoy what they do, and I think that shows. Yeah. Because they really do try to make sure that everyone has a really good time.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether you're like rolling 8 deep in a posse or it's just you or you and a buddy, like they try to make sure that everyone has a really fun time when you're there.
Yeah. And I'll say, as an introvert who was afraid of socializing, by day 2, and I think I'll do even more next year. By day 2, I kind of wanted to start taking point and talking to people because I wanted to like have
just interact more with the people.
Yeah, I wanted to like get things going more, and I was like, maybe I should just talk to somebody so I can get things going, And I was like, I was thinking about that. If you're like me, who I was afraid to have to speak to anybody or talk to people I don't know, I was like, I'll just stick to Ethan, let him do all the talking. It's actually very easy to make some friends. If you just like follow a quest, you'll end up running into other people. People will come up to you, and all you have to do is say, "Yeah, I'm down." Like run into people.
It's supernatural about like how you progress through like just meeting people like you're talking about. Like we met Adam and his son just because they were like, "Hey, have you heard anything about like the sheriff or anything?" And he was like, "Actually, I would you be interested like in helping me with this? 'Cause we only have 2 people." Yeah. Or like we met the kid and partnered up with a kid just because of a random thing where he was like, hey, you want to duel me for $3? And I was like, no. And so he went over to Alex and was like, hey, you want to duel me for $3? Mm-hmm. And then he killed Alex. Yeah. And we got to talking to him and found out that he won the quick draw last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just led into the next day. And like every time, it's just these little interactions happen throughout the weekend where you just eventually you're like, yo, you want to roll in this for like an hour? We got something to do. And they're like, yeah, let's do that. And so you build these little partnerships and everything. And it happens really naturally.
And it feels, as someone who struggles with social interactions and stuff, it feels very safe. Like I felt really safe to just like talk to people. Like it's like, it's kind of magical how all that like fear of judgment and fear of like ridicule or anything that you might struggle with as like someone who's a little slightly like, you know, like antisocial and things like that, how that just kind of like, it kind of starts to melt, you know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
well, it's really cool when you like settle into it and you realize, holy shit, literally everyone here paid the same money that I did to dress up like a cowboy and shoot your friends.
Yeah.
Like everybody did the same thing. You know, like we're all here as dorks doing this thing. It's really, really fun.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I feel like that.
Who would have thought that going to a place where you're going to shoot your friends would be the safest place that you could be? Who'd have thought?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what was really funny though was when we were talking about like owning like owning property and making our own little like business in this game, because you can do that. Towards the end, there was this like weird hour where nothing was really scheduled to go on with the story and nothing was really popping off or anything. And we had this like hour of just like downtime. And we were literally talking about like opening up a business in this game. And we were like, dude, what if we just like did like something where you can shoot cans?
Yeah.
Like you have a pot that you can get into. If you get all 6 cans, then you get the money in the pot, but you pay to do it every time, blah, 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 like this thing. And so we're sitting there just like literally just shooting cans, me and you, that we had found on the ground, just shooting cans. And this random person comes up and's like, how much? And we're like, I think we're all just putting it in the pot. And he's like, oh, okay. So he puts down a 5 and goes to shoot the cans. And he like gets 1 or 2 and he's like, oh, well, I definitely got the root beer one, but all right, we'll see you guys later. And just leaves the money on the ground. And we were like, holy shit, we got a gold mine on our hands.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we're onto something.
I think we're onto something here. Yeah, man. That was
it's like the McDonald's epiphany.
Yeah, for real. Like, wait a minute.
Do we?
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah. That was so funny, dude.
Yeah.
God. But yeah, man, that was like, it was so serendipitous that like a rando just fucking showed up to that.
And the way he just walks away like an NPC.
Yeah. Like just like threw the money down, shot his shots, and just what? Because we didn't even say like, hey, we're actually really doing this or anything. Yeah. He just did it.
Yeah.
We were like, damn, imagine if we charged $20 a pop. Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, we could do it. Even if it wasn't for like the whole weekend, like renting out property or something.
It could be like for the first 2 hours of the game, just to get a bunch of money at the begin with.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, let's just sneak a couple cans, but like, all right, anybody want to take a shot at this? $5.
We got the fastest gun in the East over here. Yeah. See if you can outshoot him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do next year. We just, the first like 2 hours, that's all we do is just farm money from this little business.
Everybody's going to want to like test their guns and like get a couple shots out for the first of the event, you know?
No stakes.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Don't worry, got nobody shooting on you. It's all kosher.
Yeah. If you're interested in hearing more about the event, or if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment anything in the comments below. I think we had a great time, and I think we love talking about it. I've had a bunch of conversations with different people about how much fun I had and all the different aspects of it. I think we're so nerdy that, you know, for me, making the costume was such a like almost equal in entertainment to like, you know, being in the event and role playing and all of that. Like, so any questions, any kind of curiosities or anything, like, I think both of us are down to talk about it. And
Totally,
we're gearing up for next year. So if anyone's interested in next year's event and has any questions, like super down. Thanks for listening to today's podcast. If you would like to see other podcasts that we've done or listen to other podcasts, you can do so on iTunes, Amazon, YouTube, Spotify. Yep, it's all on there. You can catch us on our other videos on YouTube, Born2BNerd. And as far as what we do apart from this, I stream on Twitch, I stream on YouTube. We'll talk about this in the next podcast, but I've been playing some games and stuff, having some good times. You know what I've been thinking about doing? I've been thinking about getting back into my outfit and playing some Red Dead.
I'm down.
Streaming some Red Dead.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
You want to get into character and stream some Red Dead?
100%.
So maybe we'll do that soon. Yeah, maybe we'll do that soon. I'm off for a week, so maybe we try that this week.
Oh, yeah. I'll get some in-ears so that I can wear my hat while we're doing it.
Oh, yeah. That's true. I didn't think about that. And Ethan, anything you got going on right now?
On the channel, on Throttle Fox Moto Photo? Well, no, actually, right now it's kind of slow. We're in the process of deciding what direction we're going with the manga truck or the other motorcycle. We're seeing. But when we get things going, you guys will be the first to know.
Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed. We will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.